Hariom, everyone. My name is Pranisha Karadi, and I will be attending the University of Maryland College Park and majoring in operations management and business analytics. And I've been attending Chinmaya Mission since I was about 2.5, so I've been here for a while. And my favorite Chinmaya Mission memory was after summer camp one year when I was at Big Show with Swamiji, and I was playing Connect 4. And for the first time ever, I won. Surprisingly, I won. And after that, I never won again, because let's be honest, with Swamiji really let me win once after I already won. And so I'd really like to thank Swamiji and Vilasniji and everyone for allowing me to come here and learn Hinduism and apply it to my daily life. So I'd also like to thank Acharya Vivekji for hosting the J-Chick camps, because those summers are some of my favorite summers, and meeting all of the other students, I really enjoyed it. So thank you.
Rachita Baumakanti.
So, I tend to be a pretty outspoken person. I don't verbally censor myself. I say what I think and I say what I mean. Okay, well. So, Chinmaya Mission has fostered that, so one time, it was after the carnival, okay, during summer camp, and so at the carnival we have water balloons. We fill them up. It takes like 1 billion years, but whatever. So the kids play, whatever. So when the water balloon breaks, it breaks into 2 or 3 pieces. If each kid throws a water balloon, you have 180 pieces to pick up. But each kid doesn't throw just 1 water balloon. Each kid throws 6 water balloons. Anyway, so one of the acharyas, we were just sitting there after this long day, whatever, we were ready for the weekend. She came up to us and she was like, okay guys, can you pick up the water balloon pieces from the parking lot? And I was like, I did one of those, you know how in the office they look out into the distance and they're like, I did one of those. I was like, you really? I gotta do it. What do you, it was gonna rain that day, but whatever. I swallowed my tongue, whatever. It's fine. And after bending down, I'm not old, I can't use that excuse I can't bend. I can bend. I just thought it was inefficient. So, I went into Kailash Nivas, and since, the volunteers clean and stuff, I knew where the brooms were. So I take the broom, and I was walking outside, and, the auntie came up to me, she was like, what are you doing? And I was like, look, I can't efficiently pick this up and, be in a happy state of mind. I'm gonna use this broom, I'm gonna sweep all this, balloon stuff up, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna throw it away and go home happily. She was like, okay. And when I was talking to her, I was my heart was beating. I was like, oh my God, I'm getting in trouble for using the broom, oh my God. But I feel I came out of that and I was like, you know what? Sometimes I have ideas to contribute, and I can contribute them. And I see that in class when, in discussions, I contribute to the discussion, maybe a little bit too much, my teachers can probably tell you. But in Chinmaya Mission, I feel I have a safe space to say what I want and say what I mean, and whether people agree or not, they'll tell me. We can talk about it intelligently instead of, whatever, fighting. And I'm thankful for a place that has fostered that tendency and allowed it to thrive, because I think sometimes aunties and uncles can be like, don't say that, don't say that, you're gonna upset someone, don't say that. I said it anyway, but when an auntie tells you to do something and you openly defy it, it kind of makes you uncomfortable. But here, I was allowed to do those things, respectfully, and I felt confident about it. I feel now I have a self-confidence that I didn't have before. So, thank you.
Ranga Emani.
Hari Om. I'm Ranga Emani. I'm a senior at Centennial High School, and this fall I will be going to Rutgers University to major in computer science and minor in music composition. And I have been going to Chinmaya Mission for a decade and a half, and saying those words just makes me feel so old, so long. And in that time, I think I've got to learn a lot about Hinduism. Also, Swamiji's got to learn a lot about me, because as some of you may know, when I started Chinmaya Mission, I was a terrible child. I was a horrible little brat. I did the worst things. Oh, I can see my teacher smiling in the audience, they know. And I'd like to apologize to anyone that I ever talked to back then. But Swamiji saw something in me. So every day after common time, when he'd undoubtedly have a talk with me about my behavior, he'd tell me various things about how, I was a better kid than this and I could behave better. And eventually that started happening, and I'm glad to say I'm 11 years clean from a talk with Swamiji. And I really feel like it's made me the person I am today, so I'd like to say thank you, Swamiji, for making me not a terrible person. And that's probably my favorite memory of what I've done at Chinmaya Mission. So, adios.
Sahiti Nadimpali.
Hari Om everyone, my name is Sahiti Nadimpali, and unlike Ranga, I think I've only ever got called in once, so I'm pretty proud to say that. But I did talk a lot in comment session too, sorry about that, Swamiji. So I've been coming to Chinmaya Mission for 14 years now, which means that every weekend my mom would wake me up at 7:30 and I would reply 2 more minutes, just like everyone else in the audience did. But in those 14 years, I think my favorite memory would have to be coming to dance every Shivaratri when I was little. I haven't done it very recently, but I used to come and I actually performed my favorite dance a couple years ago, Shambho, with 2 of my friends, and that was probably my favorite memory because that's when I started liking dance. That's when I started realizing that there are supporters of art out there, just like Swamiji, just like all the teachers that I've had in Chinmaya Mission. So thank you to them, and thank you to everyone else who's given me these values. Hari Om.
Saket Pantula.
Hari Om. My name is Saket Pantla. I'm a senior at Wooten High School and I'll be attending UMD to major in neuroscience this fall. I'll have to say that, well, for Chinmaya Mission for me has been an experience of looking into Hinduism with more depth. Because at the beginning, before I attended Chinmaya Mission, I knew all the Mahabharata and the Ramayana and all the other stories of Hinduism, and they were like little tales that I would know, and I knew like the general values. I knew I had to be a good person, and I knew what Hinduism entailed and like what you were supposed to be a good person according to Hinduism. But I never knew a lot of the deeper meaning involved in a lot of the religious texts in Hinduism, and I didn't know how those could be applied to the rest of my life. But I'd have to say that once I started coming to Chinmaya Mission, the first few years it was still kind of like that. Remember the Saints of India unit? We learned about all the saints, but I think at the time I was too young to really think too much into the various things I was learning. So it was more like just like have fun and like learn a few things along the way. But I feel like the last few years, especially Chinmayam, have been a lot more meaningful because I feel like especially in class discussions, I think we go really in depth with the concepts behind Hinduism. When we go over the Bhagavad Gita, for example, I feel like the discussion we have in class, it's like they're really philosophical, and I don't feel like I'm just memorizing facts, but I feel like I'm really pondering on basically my life and my future. I feel like I'm really learning something that I can apply to my life. And I'd have to say my favorite memory of Chinmaya Mission is like every day when I come here, every Sunday, I just feel like this place is so happy. Like everybody in Chinmaya Mission is always just really happy and nobody's really agitated here. And I think that's a result of practicing all of the values that Hinduism teaches and that Chinmaya Mission tries to imbibe in all of us. And I feel like looking at how happy everybody in Chinmaya Mission is kind of like a representation of how the world could be if everybody could share some of the same values that we learned from Chinmaya Mission. So I feel like Chinmaya Mission has really allowed me to be a happier person, and it's part of the whole goal of Chinmaya Mission to achieve inner peace. And so I have to thank Swamiji and my teachers for helping me at least start achieving that. Thank you.
Sunil Ratnam.
How are you? My name is Sunil. I'm a senior at Quince Orchard High School, and I'll be attending Baylor University this fall as a biology major, and I'm planning on pursuing a career in medicine. Chinmaya, I've been attending Chinmaya now for 9 years, and I've learned many valuable lessons, and I've really learned to apply the values in texts like the Bhagavad Gita to my own life, and it's really helped me grow as a person. And I'd really like to thank Swamiji and all my teachers for for allowing people to learn these values and apply them to their own lives. So thank you.
Vibha Shastri.
Howdy, my name is Vibha, and I go to Thomas Wooten High School right now, and I'll be attending Rice University in the fall to study neuroscience. And I've been coming to Chinmaya Mission for what feels like forever. For the longest time, the reason that I used to come here was to, have fun and play games in class, hear stories during common time, and get chocolate-covered raisins at the end of the day. That was what drove me to come here. But I think it was about 6th or 7th grade when we were reading the Vibhishan Gita, and I had my first breakthrough in class, and I finally started to appreciate Hinduism as something more than the mythology and the stories, but something that can really shape your way of thinking if you choose to let it. So I think moving forward, I hope to keep all the lessons I've learned in mind and use them to make the next 4 years the best possible 4 years of my life. And for that, I want to thank my parents, my teachers, and of course, Swamiji. Thank you.
Vivek Nathan.
How are you? My name is Vivek. I am a senior at Whitman High School, and this fall I'm going to be going to the University of Maryland. And I think I've been going to Chinmaya Mission for 14 years or so. It's a pretty long time. So there's two memories from here that stand out the most, I think. One of them was a long time ago. It was 2009, I think. Me and my brother, probably know. We were performing at the, there was a bhajan program here, and I was playing the tabla and he was singing, and we were playing this bhajan called Hara 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 Mahadeva. And every time we practiced it at home, it was about 3 minutes and 30 seconds or so. And we played it so fast. I think it was like 1 minute and 16 seconds. And then in the end, I was just like, oh no, we sped up so much. I was just not expecting any applause. And after the program, everyone was like, oh, you guys are great. And then you know, that just made me appreciate the community here. It's just, everyone's so nice. The second memory is when my family and I would have big shows with Swamiji. It was always a really fun time. We'd talk about what's going on in our lives. We'd talk about tennis, and we'd watch tennis. And he would always beat us in carom. But yeah, I just want to give a big thanks to all the teachers and Swamiji as well, and the listeners. So, thank you.
At this time, I would like Muktaji to invite the Virginia chapter students.
Hari Om. I'm Mukta Tyagarajan. I'm currently the Balvihar director at Chinmaya Somana. And I'm extremely excited to present our Virginia graduates. It's been the largest numbers ever since we've opened, and we have 25 graduating seniors this year. So I'd like first to invite Aditi Ramakrishnan.
Hari Om. My name is Aditi Ramakrishnan, and I'll be attending the College of William & Mary in the fall, studying neuroscience with a minor in creative writing. And my favorite memory from Chinmaya Mission will always be spending my birthdays at summer camp. Every year, I would always be poring over the schedule, trying to figure out if I'd be spending it playing hopping game with Swamiji or in dance with Lucky Didi. And spending such an important part in the transition of my life every year at Chinmaya Mission was really symbolic for me and how the mission has always been there for me as I've grown up. During lunch on my birthday, Swamiji would invite me to sing Brahmarpanam, and we'd sing Janmadinamidam. And it was so exciting and fulfilling for me to spend that day being part of something bigger than myself. And for that, I'll always be grateful for the mission in helping me become the person I am today. So thank you, Hari Om.
Akshat Kadavedu.
Hi, my name is Akshat, and I'll be attending MIT in the fall studying math. and I've attended Chinmaya Mission for 12 years now. My favorite memory will always be the hopping game in summer camp. I remember I'd always look forward to the hopping game. I'd come up with different strategies for how to best win the hopping game. I remember one time I tried sitting on the ground so that if they were hopping, they wouldn't be able to reach me. But I don't think that worked very well. But yeah, so the biggest part of Chinmaya Mission for me, obviously when I was younger, I loved learning about Mahabharata, Ramayana. I was fascinated with the stories. But for me, what's most important right now is how much you can use the values you learn at Chinmaya Mission in your real life. For example, how to be courageous, how to not fear anything, how to never give up, etc. And also, one big thing that I've noticed about Chinmaya Mission is the teamwork. It takes so much to get all of this put together, run by all volunteers. It's a huge part, and I think we also should be very thankful about that. For all the 12 years, it's all been a huge team effort to get this possible. So I want to thank everyone who made that possible, including Swamiji, all the volunteers, all my teachers. So thank you so much. Hurry up.
Anand Murray.
Hariom, my name is Anand Murray, and I go to Briarwoods High School. I'm going to Purdue University in the fall to study aerospace engineering. I've been part of Chinmaya Mission for 13 years, and my attitude has changed a lot. When I first started, I absolutely hated Chinmaya Mission. The only reason I would ever come was to spend time with my friends that lived hours away from me, and Chinmaya Mission was the only place where I could meet them. And it got to the point where one time we just walked out of class and sat outside for an hour and a half and did nothing. And the teacher was not happy about that. But over time, I kind of matured a little, and I moved to Virginia, and I joined Chinmaya Somnath. And a lot of my friends call me the old person because I use Chinmaya Mission values basically everywhere and in everything I do. So I'd like to thank everyone at Chinmaya Mission for making me who I am. Thank you.
Aparna Nanduru.
Hari Om, I'm Aparna Nanduru, and I attend Oakton High School right now, and I'll be attending GMU on a full ride this fall, and I'm studying chemistry. So I started my Chinmaya journey on and on again, off again, in 2005, starting from Satyam class and going through Shloka class, summer camp, and learning Hindi, and basically finding a love for God and a purpose in life that Chinmaya Mission gave to me. And now I'm an art teacher. I've been an art teacher for 4 years. This is my way of giving back. And I can say I don't have a favorite memory because every class is a new memory. With my students, I can hear the Chinmaya pledge upstairs and the Hanuman Chalisa playing in the background as I teach them religious artwork and stay connected to my roots. So I'm really excited to continue teaching art for the next 4 years because I'll be close to home, and I hope to become more and more with Hinduism and become a better person. I always think, oh, I'm such a good-hearted person, but when I see all the inspirational Swamiji's elders, Mukta Aunty, and all the acharyas, I feel like there are so many more miles to go before I become who I want to and truly live the best life I can. So, Hari Om.
Harsha Sunkara.
Hariom, I'm Harsha Sankara. I'm a senior at Langley High School and will be attending Bryant University in the fall. I have been with Chinmaya Mission for the past 12 years. My best memory of Chinmaya Mission is all the annual day presentations we did on stage for the Chinmaya Mission students, parents, and guests. Thank you and Hariom.
Madhumita Ramaswamy, short speech this time.
Hello, my name is Madhu Ramaswamy and I'm a senior at John Jam High School and I'll be going to Georgia Tech this fall, go Jackets. And I'll be studying business administration there. So I've been in Chinmaya since I was 4 and I actually started camp when I was 4. The camp did a mistake by not having an age limit or a minimum age, so they kind of had to deal with people like me and Shrija and Akshaj being this very high management 4-year-olds running around. But I'm really thankful they let me be there because it was one of the best ways to spend my summer, and I've been in Chinmaya camp ever since then, and I'm so thankful. I've made so many new friends, so many new teachers, people who made my life better, and I learned a lot of things that I wouldn't learn in traditional, in school, and I'm really thankful that I've learned all that. You know that saying, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Well, Chinmaya is not like Vegas, and that's not because we gamble or anything, but it's because what happens in Chinmaya does not stay in Chinmaya. I made so many friends in Chinmaya that I don't just see them in Chinmaya, but I make plans with them outside, hey, let's go to Reston Town Center, let's go grab some dinner, or we had volunteer parties after Chinmaya camp was done at my house, and we'd be having pizza, talking to each other. There'd be 20 people, and everyone knew each other. It was just such a close family, and there was just so much love there. And I could say I made my best friends here, and I can't be happier than I am now. And I already know my mom's frantically searching for a Chinmaya near Georgia Tech or somewhere in Atlanta to help me. I remember the first thing she said when I decided to go to Georgia Tech was, okay, so now we need to find a Chinmaya near there. Not, congratulations, you're going to college, I'm so happy for you. No, it was, oh no, we need to find a Chinmaya because now that you're not going close here, we need to find a family there. And that's what we consider Chinmaya, a family. We consider all of us being close, we can tell each other anything. All the parents are like my parents, and I really told, Lavi Auntie and people, they're all like my mom or my dad. And I think Lucky Didi was my favorite dance teacher in the world. She's probably the reason that I would come back when I was younger, because I really liked to dance, and I was with Lucky Didi. And also Swamiji, one of my favorite things was, he would always call me Madhu Madhu Ray, and I was like, wow, I think I'm one of Swamiji's best friends or something. And this is when I was really young. I was like, guys, look, he's calling me Madhu Madhu Ray, and I felt so special. But it was just this special connection everyone had with Swamiji. He knew everyone by name, and that's not something that adults would do. They would always just consider you as just another student. And coming to Chinmaya, you really felt unique, you really felt special. And I'm really thankful for that. So thank you to everyone who's made me the person I am today.